please. We had one transgressor yesterday who is now floating in the river. It would be very much appreciated because there are cameras rolling, obviously. This is our men's day, so to speak, and the day for the British athletes. Some great stuff out of the ladies yesterday and some very stirring stuff too. The strength of the men's field is of the very highest calibre as ever here in London. I think the women's race is going to be perhaps the strongest women's marathon there's ever been, and the men's race is very, very similar. 14 men in the field who have broken 2:10, 6 who have broken 2:06, 3 who have gone under 2:05. There are 2 world champions in the race with 3 world titles between them. And last year's fastest man, of course, is in the field. Without further ado, let's get our first sitting up. What I'm going to do is ask them to come up here, we'll pose them for photographs, then we'll have a chat, and then swap round with the next batch of athletes coming up. So if you'll bear with us while we make those changes through the proceedings. Thank you. First athlete I'd like to invite up, 26-year-old Kenyan, very, very exciting talent, making his debut here in London. Remarkably, 6 of his 7 half marathons have been under 60 minutes. That shows astonishing consistency, of course, and I think it is one of the most exciting debuts we've had here in many, many years. He set a personal best just a few weeks ago when winning the Iraq half marathon near Dubai in 59:10. Please welcome Bedan Karoki. Next man I'd like to invite up is all of 34 years old. He has a personal best of 2:05 from Rotterdam 8 years ago. But he is a twice world champion, winning in 2009 in Daegu and 2009 in Berlin, 2011 in Daegu. He took an Olympic silver just yards from here in London 2012. Fabulous run there, and of course he is now the reigning Chicago champion. That was quite some comeback by Abel Kirui. And last but not least, gentleman who at the age of 27 has had a pretty stressful last year or two. Now living in Arizona in the USA, but he is Ethiopian, of course, 27 years old, best of 2:04 from Chicago 5 years ago. But he really has blossomed this last year or so. He took the Olympic silver behind the reigning London champion Eliud Kipchoge in Rio last year. And great things expected from him on Sunday. It's Feyisa Lelisa. Now before we get these gentlemen posed for photographs and then I have a chat with them, there is a video we'd like to play you, just a reminder of what they have achieved. These 3 gents, but we'll talk to them first. Bedan, your debut here in London. You've been a great runner on the track for quite a few years now, lots and lots of near misses, and you've proven your road ability over the half marathon distance. But what was it that made you choose London for your first ever full marathon?
I've been seeing London, the way guys are running, so I decided to come here to see whether I'm going to perform well. Also to run a good time in this marathon. It will be my first marathon, but I believe I'm going to deliver good time.
I'm sure you prepared very thoroughly, but yesterday Vivian Cheruiyot joked that she wasn't scared of the marathon, even though it was her debut. London Sunday will be her debut because she hasn't run the marathon, she doesn't know anything about it. So she said she's not really scared of it. I guess she's respectful. What are your feelings? Are you pretty nervous about Sunday?
I'm not so scared because the preparation which I have been undertaking has been going well. So it's believing in myself. I can do it.
I suppose what stands out from your road races so far is this astonishing consistency at the half marathon. But you went to high school in Japan, you've been based in Japan a lot in the past. What is it about the Japanese culture, the Japanese character that you think that you've benefited from?
I can say I I have benefited a lot in Japan. How to do the training, how to keep time, because they are very perfect and well organized. So I learned a lot from them.
What are your time in mind or a position in mind? What are you determined to make the top 3, or is it sub 2:10? Is it sub 2:5?
Being my first marathon, I'm expecting to run from 2:04 to 2:07. Then I'll see whether I can't say now if I'm going to win, but I'll see after completing a few kilometers, maybe from maybe 35, where there is where I can say I can win now.
Okay, thank you. Abel, field, but your win in Chicago last October was really impressive. I think your closing last 10 kilometers was very special indeed. But you've raced over the years in London, Berlin, New York, Chicago, Tokyo, Vienna, Rotterdam. You've done them all virtually. But your best performances have been in major championships. Twice world champion, an Olympic silver. Why is that? Is it you just get turned on a little bit more, fired up by the major championships?
I think it's all about the championship and like Olympic also, which I took number 2, is all about the country of love, because this is something like the country is sending you to represent. So out of almost like Kenyans are almost 50 million people, they are on the look. So all the time I prepare for such event, I am carrying the flag of the country at my back. So it's all the time I make it more serious.
Did you win in Chicago rejuvenate your career? Were you? Did you feel as though maybe you were on the downslope, but actually, wow, you've gone right up to the top again?
Yeah, it's actually an amazing achievement, because I think the person who actually, after he has been in China and then he came back to Kenya, is Renato Canova. He's actually amazing, respectable man ever in my life, because he's the one who actually bring me back to the level after an injury 2013. So all the way to 2016, in between I have never been performing well, so we make a very good strategy. We make a good competition, and I was also respecting him so much, and I was obeying the program, and the results came. So it was actually giving me hope over now that I am back into the right track, and now the global team now together we are going back.
And as a twice world champion, 2-time world champion, you must be very keen to make the team for London this summer. Have you had any indication from the federation what you need to do?
Yeah, the federation, like they give me a comeback award also. Then they saw the hope of me, because like when I was out of a world championship in Moscow and the other one of Beijing, there were no good results in Kenya. So they hope that maybe if I run very well and I'm selected in London, I represent them for the third time. But let us finish on Sunday, and if all goes well now, then I will announce whether I will participate, and with my team, Global and coach Renato, we shall discuss about it, and then we bring the good results, the good answer out to you.
Okay. Feyisa, welcome to London. Welcome back to London, I should say. This is your fourth run in London. Bedan, thank you very much indeed. Bedan, and Dave May, of course, great runner herself in years gone by, has offered to help with translations, with interpretation, but I think Feisa's English is pretty good. It's improved a great deal since these last few months in California, in Arizona. Your fourth time in London, you know the course, but you haven't raced here since 2014. Tell us about your shape. Obviously great run in Rio, but how have the last few months gone?
I came to London first time here, but before this I cannot get good result in London. And this after I exiled to my country, living in the US, I have got a special place for training. I prepare very well to this race. I'm sure I run my personal best. My shape is very good now.
This is your 20th marathon. Are you still learning about the event? Because you've improved so much this last 2 or 3 years. Are you still learning more about the race, about the marathon distance?
Yeah, I have learned it, the distance. I don't know, you told me about the 20 marathon. I don't know how I run it. Still I run my personal best to the 04. Sometimes I run very good time, and another time after you run after you run very good, again you are injured. It's up down marathon, not yeah. So this is my for 20 marathon. Maybe I ran very good. I improve. I will improve. I think my time.
When you made your gesture in Rio, I think most of us hadn't seen that before. It was new to us, but it has made your life very challenging. You've had to move to the USA. You're living in Arizona now with your family. How is that working out? How difficult has it been these last few months?
It's so much difficult. Before I have not separated from my family and from my country and from my people. It is too much difficult. I stayed in the US 5 months only alone. Now it's the same, no difference after my family came to me, because when I exiled from my country, I don't exile for my children or my family. I exiled for my people. My people is dying time to time. Other is to jail. So still, it's too much difficult life, and I remember I heard everything. I hearing in what happening in Ethiopia still. Too much difficult. But when I run, I remember everything. What I see before when I talk, I remember. I heard. I ask the people what the people is ongoing. It is too much difficult about Ethiopia situation. So the life is too much difficult. How can I tell you? Too much difficult totally.
But it must be very tough for you living in the USA, hearing about all the problems back at home. But the family are settled, the kids are at school, it's good in Arizona? Life is good?
Life is not like in Ethiopia. It's good, but not like Ethiopia. They introduced with weather, with food. When they come here, no like Ethiopia, like no like that. So, not very good like that. But my daughter is 6 years old. Other is 3 years. She's started the school. But it's good, not like that, not like Ethiopia. My life is completely changed.